Now I done traded wits with the best of them. Odds we ignored them. Dreams manifested them. With Billboard recorded. Vintage flows hooks. Push the culture forward.
I was loving that. Could you let the audience know about that moment in your life with you and Biggie and about the song that y'all did together?
Yeah, I'm you know, so basically I was enamored by the process because, you know, at that juncture, you know, everything that I had known, you know what I mean, at that time and what I had seen MCs do at that time, we wrote things down. And so
yes.
He had a whole different approach. And I really didn't get it and understand it until later on. Even when he told me what he told me, and I'll get to that point, but nevertheless, we were, you know, in D&D Studios. Shout out to Premier, you know what I'm saying, because he that was his studio back in the day. And I walk in there, we're in the process of creating a song that's on my debut album, Many Faces album, and the song is called Keep Your Hands High. So
yes, I love it.
Yeah, and so he's in the studio before I even get there, and also Jay-Z's in there with him. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Like back then, and you know, Jay is still in Can't Knock the Hustle mode. He got on the fur and all that kind of stuff. So this is the first time I had met Jay. I had already talked to Big and met Big prior to that, but this is the first time I actually met Jay. But he wasn't there that long. He stayed for maybe about a good 20 minutes, and then he was out. So me and Big got to work. And so we was in there about 8 hours, but the whole time, you know, Big is you know, he got, you know, the cognac, he got the Henny in there, he got a little
setup.
Yeah, he got the setup, got the medicinals in there. So you know, we talking, we building, he giving me jewels and all that, and cracking jokes and all that. But then, you know, in the process, I just see him do this. He gets, you know, he blacks out for a minute and just starts doing this. Now, meanwhile, you know, the song, or should I say the instrumental's playing in the background the whole time. And so he's doing this. I got my pen and my pad, you know, trying to create, come
the
up.
Normal way.
Blah. And so this goes on, you know, for about, like I said, good 8 hours. He'll come in, crack jokes, pour something, and then he's in the same chair, just doing that.
Back in that zone.
So then all of a sudden he's like, all right, I'm ready. I said, ready for what? Like, because I'm used to, you know, people writing stuff down. He's like, I said, where's your pen and your pad? What you ready to do? He's like, nah, Trey, I can't do that. It confuses me. I said, what? So I didn't really get it. But later on, I figured out Big's whole process was writing in his head. And because of the style that Big has, and I tell people this all the time, Big is the most efficient MC ever to me. And that's because he says more with less. You know what I'm saying? Like
more with less.
He says more with less. Like he uses words that fit perfectly within the scheme of the rhyme, and it makes sense with regards to what the track is about. And then even the efficiency of, he's considered one of the greatest of all times, and a lot of people the greatest of all time, and this is off of 2 albums.
And he just get into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame off of 2 albums. Think about that. 2 albums. He has 2. That's efficiency to the highest degree. You know what I mean? Where, you know, people got catalogs. You know, Jay got like over 10 albums, 13 albums. Nas got catalogs of albums. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got catalogs of albums. And Big, even Pop catalog. Right. Big is in there with 2 albums.
Just 2. And people catching attitudes about it.
That is efficient. That's what I'm saying. So that just gives you an idea of the impact that the brother had. But going back to this particular song, you know, because he says more or less, you know what I mean? The way his style fits perfectly to is conditioned for, you know, somebody that, you know, not necessarily have to put it down on paper, and it's melodic. You know what I'm saying? So how he remembers it is it fits right in the scheme of his whole style, right? So then his whole thing about it confuses me is that why would I put it down on paper? Because I can easily transfer it from here to the mic.
To the mic.
It goes from here to the paper, then to the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's cut out the middleman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
And so that again, I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now, and that's why he is who he is. And so, I was just enamored by that whole process. And later on, I started doing that as well. After I went to law school, when I I wrote an album in 2019 where I, adopted that same thing. Like I didn't, the majority of that album I did not write down. You know what I'm saying?
Now I done traded wits with the best of them. Odds we ignored them. Dreams manifested them. With Billboard recorded. Man, this flows hooks. Push the culture forward.